Hey dumplings, it's David Desai, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into Jungkook and kind of his body. This was seen kind of in a recent video that was put out. It was a gift given to us armies, honestly. Not only is it hot, but I'm super proud of him for being able to work on himself and being able to achieve such a body. He looks good and he has given us body, he has given us face. We also have Jungkook kind of getting upset with BTS, that BTS lied to him. Now this is of course from the Smeraldo Twitter account. I'm excited to jump in and talk about both of these things here today, so if you're interested, and then let's get into it. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, just make sure that you go ahead and hit the pause button and leave down in the comments if you have anything you would like to say. This is a two-way debate and a two-way conversation, so we can definitely have that here. Let us start by talking about the video that has made armies cray-cray. More cray-cray than we already are. Jungkook from time to time, he likes to tease us a little bit. Like the time when they first decided to make a comeback here in America and they decided to rip open their shirt and show off his abs. And he showed off abs consistently. The beautiful abs, and then we stopped seeing Mr. Abs. I'm so sad. Now he kind of has a new video that was gifted to us, a performance video if you will. This was done in the Indonesia Tokopedia performance, which I believe Tokopedia is a e-commerce store that is in Indonesia, which I think is cool because I think they're a small brand. I don't think they're very big. So for BTS to be able to go over there and kind of help them out and do that, that's really awesome. I do think they're a very small company, but I could be wrong. They could actually be a large company. I don't know. But it's definitely nice for BTS to help raise awareness for this company because I wasn't aware of this company until I heard BTS was performing for them. Big company or not, whether they're e-commerce or not, I'm very happy that they decided to have this little moment, have BTS perform. They even did like a mini interview for BTS, which we will get into later. Do not worry about that. We will talk. But during their performance, Jungkook was kind of moving around. His body was flapping all about. We love a flappy body. Like nips, arms, hair, giving us face too. Oof, I love it when Zaddy gives me face. You have moments like this where he was dancing so hard and his jacket kind of moved away a little bit and you saw his pecs. I gotta say, even just from seeing that, I think anyone who saw this would be like, wow, that is a fit man. He like buff and stuff. And then you have moments where the light just oof, it just kisses him perfectly and you see that sharp jawline. It's been no surprise that obviously recently he has been at home for a very long time, and of course with that huge amount of time he has been using that time for none other than working out. I mean, he uses his spare time to work out. I use my spare time to be a potato. I think if me and him ever got married, we'd be able to kind of even each other out a little bit. I mean, we are married, so yes, we do even each other out a bit. Jungkook is my hubby. There's also pictures from other moments kind of like this. Like he giving us arm. He said arm. Like not noodle spaghetti arms like what I have. He has arm. He could punch someone and someone would die. I wish he'd punch me. So of course, it's very natural in an interview to be asked what his workout routine is. I would like to know how you would go from said potato to a cheesy, nice baked potato, or like transform into a hot dumpling like you guys. I just want to make you guys proud. So of course the interview with Tokopedia, Jungkook answered the question by saying this: I do have equipment, but I prefer to exercise with my own body weight. I think it's important to do it consistently whenever you have time. I think you can maintain a good body just by doing push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. Now you already lost me, Cookie. What do you mean maintain a good body? Where does one get it to begin with? How do I acquire so I can begin maintaining? I personally still get insecure to take my shirt off. I look like freaking ET. But these are very nice words to say. It goes to show you don't need expensive equipment, or at least Jungkook doesn't need. He prefers to work out and stuff like that just by himself. Stuff that everyone can do, so that's good to know. I like that. This is encouraging. I don't have to spend a buttload of money on weights. Maybe I'll do a push-up or two later and then expect immediate results, and of course get mad when I don't get the results. I wanted to see what people on LYFT were saying. One person wrote, his muscles look like an adult and his face still the cutest baby. Looking at his face, no one will think he is a muscle man, right? Aw, no matter what, he is Jungkook of BTS always. I'm going to have to slightly disagree with this. He definitely has a cute baby face, but he has an extremely sharp jawline. This makes me think, just from seeing his little sharp jawline, that he has a muscly body. I mean, you can easily look at my face and see that I have nothing going on. My jaw ain't that sharp, I don't think. I wish. That's the secret we all need to know. Another person was probably the biggest mood in all of history, and they wrote, well, to see Jungkook is also an exercise, purple heart. right? Like you take a look at Cookie, you start sweating, you start hyperventilating, and then you just don't need to exercise. Because isn't the point of exercising just to get yourself to start breathing heavy and sweating? I'm kidding, I actually don't know if that's true or not. Don't just start doing that, you should go out and exercise. Jungkook is doing very well, and definitely both physically and mentally, it seems. I don't feel like he was doing too well mentally a little while ago, but it seems like now he is doing much better, which I love and think is great. Jungkook did have a post where he posted recently. This was on a Smeraldo Twitter account. If you don't know what that is, basically, let me give you synopsis. When BTS started making kind of their music videos, it all follows kind of a specific storyline. This is kind of what got them famous, in my opinion. They started getting really well known for a really good storyline in their music video. Because it was such an interesting concept, people were very excited to get the next music video, and they were very happy to wait and to see the next part of what the story is going to be. This is, my opinion, one of the most kind of underrated and least talked about things about BTS. The story was created by Big Hit, and of course BTS starred in it. They were playing themselves in very extreme situations. So situations where they die or they get hurt, they commit suicide, or they have kind of a severe car accident. The car accident one, specifically, Jungkook did end up in the hospital. And a lot of kind of the mental illness storylines are more so hinted rather than blatantly said out. Like suicide, for example, is more so hinted in the story rather than specifically said. My theory behind that is because in Korea, a lot of this stuff is banned and it's censored, so they can't straight out say it. Or maybe they just want everything up for interpretation, so they do it like that. Now, there was this post that I talked about not too long ago where Jungkook said he felt like dying. And this basically took place because Jungkook constantly kept losing Suga, and Suga kept dying. He died once, they time traveled, he died again, etc. Now, a lot of people were kind of theorizing with the new post on the Smeraldo Twitter account what that meant. Because Jungkook said this, let me read it. Why did they lie to me? The theory kind of basically began when Jungkook was kind of hit by a car in the storyline. He then after went to the hospital and started recovering. Then after the recovery, Jungkook was at a party, and then he started to feel or suspect that BTS was lying to them. It was at this point where he felt very angry towards BTS that he would even imagine hurting them in a video game. I honestly can relate to this feeling so much. I know exactly how he feels. I can't even explain how many times I've had friends who are just like 1 or 2 years older than me consistently lying to me, and when I call them out, they basically tell me I wouldn't understand because I was too young, and this happened last year. So I consistently remain without friends. So I very deeply felt for Jungkook in this moment. Like, I would get so angry that I would want to punch them, and Jungkook obviously feels the same way in this story, because we know our baby actually has a lot of friends in real life. Now, the note that was on the Smeraldo Twitter account could actually hint to a future story, maybe a continuation of this particular story that I just mentioned, where there will be kind of more lying to Jungkook. God, I hope not. Or perhaps maybe it'll go a completely different route, and they'll try to do kind of a different alternate universe type of thing, like try out even more endings and see how that goes. But I'm very glad that they decided to continue this story. It's one of the things that to me kind of separated them from other K-pop groups. But it's also like when you say you like a K-pop group to someone who doesn't get K-pop, like when you say things like I love them because their voice is good and etc. and they're hot, it doesn't really work if they're like a straight male or if there's someone who's just not into BTS's look. And of course there are other singers with good voices too, right? Like wouldn't a straight male be more likely to kind of stand Beyonce? However, when you tell these people I like BTS because their storylines are very interesting, they talk about mental illness, their songs is about that, they have a very interesting story, and all their music videos connect together. They talk about depression, suicide, all of that. When I tell people that, their response is, really? Well, I have to check it out. Which is something I don't believe why no one really talks about, especially in America, about BTS. I feel like a lot of new BTS fans don't even have any idea that BTS had this whole story. Like even if they check out kind of the old music video, I don't think that they're aware of it and kind of the continuing story of that. Now the music videos itself could be taken very surface level, and you could just assume it's like a cute little music video, but it actually is a lot deeper than that if you know it's a lot deeper than that. So I definitely wanted to head on over to the Tweetster and see what other people's thoughts are on the heartbreaking line of why did you lie to me? I found one interesting response. One person said this: felt so much pain in Jungkook's why did they lie to me? Right? Like you can hear it in the soul of the text. It's so sad. I really hope that Big Hit will give this a happy ending. I mean, I will literally protest if they don't. The story does not end well. Oof. This is just tragic. Armies and dumplings, let us unite and protest for a happy ending. Let me know what you think about this, and let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for your comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon. If you want to go over to my Patreon and kind of check that out, anything you contribute over there really does help kind of give back to this channel and really help me kind of keep going and all that stuff. So I really do hope you go over there and check that out. You can also get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions, all that jazz over there. If you want to continue to support here, make sure you watch all my videos all the way to the end. That really does help. So I really do appreciate you going ahead and doing any of those. There's only 2 videos that will appear on the screen at the end of the video, so make sure you click on one of those. See you over there. Bye.